Hello everyone and welcome to our tutorial video. This is all about GIMP. So my name's Adam, I'm one of the drivers for Coaction SimSport and I am also the painter for the team. So basically when my team turn around, have a new car, it's my job to stick the paint on using our colours, using the designs, and also then sometimes making little special cars for the team when they want to. So on this occasion, I thought I'm just going to actually do a tutorial because I've used Trading Paints. I'm on Trading Paints Pro. For quite a few cars, it's really good. For other cars, I'm afraid it's not so useful. So GIMP has been recommended to me by our friends, and so I've taken to task of trying to get to know GIMP. And it was quite the thing to try and learn. So what I thought I'd do is actually be useful and give you a complete beginner's guide in how to get a paint going on GIMP. Now a little disclaimer, I'm not a pro painter in the sense of I am not all singing or dancing. I make lots of mistakes. I have my own way of doing things which sometimes will not make sense, but it works for me and my goal is to try and articulate all this to you. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. So Lois asked me to paint him a BMW in white. The reason why we do that, basically he obviously runs on his colours as well as he races for Coaction, and he's also known amongst his friends, amongst us, as Yeti, because he has lots of hair. So he's asked me to make him a Yeti BMW GT3. So that's what I'm going to do. And I said to him, I'm going to make a video for this, more to help people with learning than him. So let's get to it. Let's have a look. I'm going to give you a guide. I'm going to show you how to get patterns. I'm going to show you how to paint the general car. I'm going to show you logos, and I'm going to show you trim, i.e. just little accents of little things as well. Hopefully all this will work and work. So let's get to it. So let's have a look in here. So this is my content on the racing UI, and he wants a BMW, so there it is. So you click on that, you click on paint and download template. Okay, I'm actually going to leave that open as well. So here we go, it's finished downloading, open it up, and there it is. So then you go copy or cut. Now I've got my own livery folder, as I said, I'm the painter for my team, so I've got all of that. Go into the right place and paste. Yeah. Now mine's already up there because I painted already. So that's that, and then all you need to do is double click on that and it will open up in GIMP. Comes up with this little thing here about importing, about converting or keep it. I just press keep. I don't know the difference. Like I said, this is a beginner's guide and I'm still a beginner in my opinion, so I'm just going to have that. Now what I'm also going to do is just do a bit of file organization for me. Make sure I've got everything here. If you see me looking down to my bottom right, that's because that's where my second screen is, and I just need to get myself organized because when we finish with this we're going to export the paint, and normally I export it using my car ID. I'm not going to do that on this occasion, so I need to have the second screen going so I can make the switch over there. Okay, so that just makes life easy. I'm going to leave the UI open because this also updates when you put the livery into your iRacing folder. If you don't know where your iRacing folder is, don't worry, I've deleted my thing already. So you go to iRacing, there's all your stuff, that's where you stick your setups. When you're doing your setups, go to paint, find the car you want to paint, and it's there. Okay, so I'm taking that back to my second screen. Right, so GIMP in. Hey GIMP. So from here, we have three sections. We have the custom spec, which is your spec map. I actually don't touch that. I do a different thing. I do something completely different, and I'll put that in a different video. I don't go crazy. I basically work with two colors. So yeah, that's that. The turn off before exporting TGA. To be honest, you only need to turn off the wiring. The rest of it doesn't make a difference. And the paintable area number 1. So we're going to look at the painting area number 1. Okay, so you press that white arrow there and you got all these options. That's just when you got IMSA, don't worry about it. Car deco, that's all that bit. Don't worry about it. Carbon, don't worry about it. Pit box colours, the bits in the bottom corner, don't worry about it. Here's where we want car patterns. Okay, so open that up and there you go. So the eyes are when you see it. So now you see it, now you don't. Simple. Okay, now I'm going to put that on C. Now what I do is when I go through each pattern, if I don't want it, I delete the layer, just because there's no point having it in the folder if you don't want it. So I don't want that, so I right click, delete layer, right click, delete layer. It's a bit tedious, but you know what? It saves confusion later on, trust me. So I'm thinking white car, and it's got to have the coaction. I do it inverted for low, so it's going to be mainly white with a body of blue and a trim of yellow. So I know pretty much what I'm looking for him, because I can already visualize it in my head. So I'm just running along, and if I find something that I think I might like, I will just turn off the eye pattern, the eye symbol. So say for example I like that, I'll just turn the eye off, and it'll pull up the next one. So it turns out it's that one that I wanted. So that I want that one for now. So I'll just turn the eye off and just run through the others to see if I'd rather have them. So just going through, that looks cool. I'll keep all of that. I like that a lot, but there's nowhere to put our logos, so it goes. And you do need to invest a little bit of time in this, I'm not going to lie to you. But do you know what? It's worth it. It really is worth it. Get it right, it looks awesome. That looks pretty cool, to be fair. So Lo literally asked me for this last night, so that's why I don't have anything prepared, because, well, what's the point? So deleting layers, there's only 2 left, thank goodness. Nope. And nope. Right, so now I've got it down to 4. I normally end up with 3 or 4. I do like that one, but I think I've used that before. Do you know what? I like that a lot. I think that produces too much secondary colour that Lo will not like. Yeah, let's run with that one. Okay, we're going to run with this one. You can delete the others if you want to, but it really won't make a difference. So now we're going to get on with painting. Okay, so step 2, paint. Lots of little icons up here that you need to know on the top left hand side. Select by colour will save you a ton of time. Your moving tool, bucket fill if you have to, pencil tool I use a lot, colour picker. Now as I said to you, I have specific colours for Coaction SimSport, so what I'm just going to quickly do is pull up a part. This is a side panel, and I'm going to open it in GIMP so I can actually use that, use the colours from this. I don't need to worry about it just yet, but I will be doing it there. Now if you want to delete these other ones, I'm actually going to do it. Feel free, so that way you've only got one. Now here's a top tip. Lock your layer in place, because it's so annoying when you're trying to move stuff later on and your whole paint job moves. So right click, go to edit layer attributes and press lock position and size. Bam, it won't move. Such a con. Such a Godsaver. It's really, really good. Right, okay, so the red bits are going to turn white. So select by colour, click on the red. Now I go to pencil and I make the pencil huge, and that way I can make sure that I move along the paint and I don't miss a thing. Yeah, don't miss a thing, which is great. So that's awesome. And then just hit on the rectangular select tool and just select off, and that just turns it off. Right, so the green things are going to be my blue. So I'm going over to my other image now. Go to my colour picker and get the blue. It's just the quickest way. Select by colour, go on the green, get my pencil out, and again just moving swiftly over everything. Now you will get crossovers, that's one drawback with GIMP. You do get it where if you zoom right in you can see the colour changes. In the coaction liveries that I normally do, I see it lots and it's really irritating. And that's just where you got to spend quality time zooming right in and taking care of the pixels. But I ain't doing that today because I don't want to spend all day on it annoying you with the video. Select by color, go for that, and again go over all the pieces. And there you go. Ta-da! Should we see how that looks on the car? Let's do it. So, File, Export As, not Save As. Save As saves the file of the template. You need a TGA. So, Export As, and I'm just going to call it low because it's for low. And select File Type and scroll down to TGA. Okay. Bam, Export, Export. It's going to save in your folder now as your whatever you call it. So show you here. There you go. There it is. So now what I do, I'm going to take you to the iRacing UI so you get to see the car change. But go back to your TGA file that you just downloaded. Right click, rename, car underscore, and it's your racing ID. So naturally I'm not going to put that on here. Okay. Then put that in your paint folder. So that's why I have them next to each other on my second screen. Click and drag across and bam, there you go. And this just allows you to see the car and think to yourself, right, do I like what I see? I'm not keen on the white here. So I'm going to move that. I'm going to get rid of it. Now then, see that? That's the annoying thing with GIMP. That's when you have to zoom in and take those bits out. The rest of it actually looks pretty nice. I like that. That top bit I'm not worried about because I've got something special lined up there. But yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm just wondering about this front bit here, whether I want that in white. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, this tutorial, let's carry on. So that's how you paint the car basic. Okay? The creative person in me now is thinking, ooh, how can I tweak this to make it look a bit better? But actually it does look alright as it is. I think he will just want it a little bit more white, which I understand because it is his car that he's asking me to do. So if I'm now going to just make some alterations, what I would do is select color, select on that, go here, get it back up to white. I'm just going to shrink the thingy size a bit and I am going to paint this white. I think that will do the trick. Bam. And there you go. Now again, it's come up with this really weird thing. So what I'm going to do is just repaint the entire car. Because it's done a darkened white for some reason, which is really, really weird. Right, okay. So now I've done that. Let's see how that looks. File, export as low. And in your folders, just change the name. Overwrite. Bam, it's taken out that panel. Alright, that looks better. That looks better. I want it more white for him, and that I think is quite nice. Right, so logos. Nice space there for the logo. So let's sort out doing that. Make sure that this is locked in place. Yes, it is. Fantastic. And then we can move on. So, File, Open as Layers. Find the bit that you want. So those, it has to be black. Then I'll put it black on transparent. I'm going to make it look like this. Open, and there you go. Now the annoying thing with this is that if you try to move it without on the black bit, it doesn't move. It now goes onto car pattern down here. Irritating. Go back onto it and click on where the actual image is. So for example on this, because it's transparent background, it's going straight through. So if you click on a bit that's not transparent, that will move. Alright, next step, shrinking it. Right click, layer, scale layer. Now what I do here, guys, is I put it on percentage. Okay, so I'm just going to do 5%. And it shrinks it right down. If you think that's too small, Control Z sends it straight back up to what it was. That's Control Z. So I want 10%. That'll do. And move it like I said to you before. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm going to zoom in. Just so I can get this right. So layer, scale layer, and I'm going to try 80% of this size. That's looking pretty nifty right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And that. Edit layer. Lock position and size, that way I can't accidentally move it. Now what I also want to do is do the same thing up on here. So right click on that image and duplicate layer. Now it looks like nothing's been done because normally when you duplicate something on a different program, you've got the object and the one just sits offset so you can see it's actually been made. But this goes directly on top. So just trust it's there because you can see there it says copy on the right hand side. So go and just move the image away. Now mine's not moving. The reason why is probably because I got it on lock. There you go. So let's take the lock off, move it, and as you can see it's done a duplication. So I'm going to move that up here. Now I need to spin it around, so right click, layer, always go to layer, don't go to image. Yeah, image will actually shift the entire folder around where you just want the logo, so always go to layer, transform and flip 180. Job done. Bring that in line. I'm just keeping it in line a bit with that and bring it out a bit. Okay, now how does that sit with the actual panels of the car? Well, let's have a look at the red section. Let's go to red and turn on the wire. Not very helpful on the white background, is it? But that could look okay, so let's export that and let's see how this thing appears in the UI. So we're after that at the moment. Low, rename, car underscore, I am not going to tell you, and shift it across. Replace, bam, there it is. Ah, that was pretty neat. And on that side, yeah, cool. That's horrible. I need to sort that out. I'm just thinking pure white on the back there. Pure white. I'm making a special car for him later, and it won't be. It'll be quite funny. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want him to know yet. Right. Okay. So that's about it basically in terms of that. Let's have a look at some accents. I'm going to do his little thing there in a bit. The thing is that when it comes down to your logos, it could be any picture. Yeah. So I have a picture, like I said to you earlier. I'm going to take a picture there of him later on, just to kind of make things fun. But say for example you wanted to work on the accents. Say we want this bit here. So we want that in blue. So it's just one line going up there in blue. Okay. I want that blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to GIMP. It's going to be quite hard with that wire. So I think what I'm going to do is just select, go back to my car pattern, select that colour. I'm actually just temporarily going to paint that red. Okay, and as you can see that just comes up. You can use any colour, just use a dark colour, just so this bit comes up. And you can always change it later. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now then, now the accents have come up that I want. I'm just going to zoom into 200 just to make it a bit stronger. And like I said, I wanted to turn this bit here blue. So I go to Tools, Selection Tools, and Free Select. Now this is a clicking zonal thing. So from here, I'll click on here, go all the way up to there, across here, and then return it back. So when it goes yellow, you can see it's gone orange yellow there. That closes the pattern. And then I need a colour, I need that colour. Go on there, and there you go. Yeah, it's done. So now what I'm going to do is just zoom out, select by colour, go white. Sorry, no, select by colour, I want that red. Yeah, and what I'm going to do is just return it to its original colour state. Now it's kept that red bit in there, so I'll go in there and deal with that later. But the whole point is that I've now turned that thing there. Turn your wire off before you export it. File, export as that. Rename. Throw it in there, replace, and there you go. Okay. I'm not going to actually keep that. I'm going to get rid of that and stick a image on there for Low and keep him with his characteristics. But here we've covered painting the general colour of the car, putting a logo on or an image, and putting on how to paint little accents on the car if you want specific lines being done. In form of shapes, I'm not too sure how it works with shapes. Like, I guess you could do rectangles and stuff like that. But that's about it. My advice is get to know the drawing selector tool. That one, free select. Get to know that one really well, because then you can actually just fine tune it how you want to do it, and it's really, really nice. Okay, so that is my tutorial on how to do a basic paint job on GIMP. I will do one on spec maps. Like I said, I just keep mine very, very simple. It's either I go for a nice metallic look, which can create a chrome effect. I'm probably going to turn a little bit of Lowe's car chrome just to, make it a bit of fun. And yeah, that's about it really. So I hope this is beneficial. I did this because I struggled with GIMP for quite a long time, and now I got it. It's quite easy to make a paint. I just hope that it's helpful for you. Okay, so drop a like, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye.